of all, thank you to Steve and the Military Bowl and the committee there for having us up once again. I know the guys are fired up to play in another bowl game and be up there in DC. Obviously, a great experience last time, just didn't get to play in the bowl game. So I think we got 12 players from that roster that are still with us, that were with us back then in 2021, that will be on the same roster. So this time, the opportunity to play in a bowl game is all that have dreamed about and worked for the last month and a half or so. So excited about that. Excited to play against an ACC team and a P4 team. Our guys hadn't had that opportunity this year. I think all our opponents have been G5 or FCS. So excited to play against a P4 opponent. Respect the heck out of Coach Doran and the job he's done there and their staff and NC State. But for our guys, just to have a chance to do that and on that level is pretty special for those. So you're kind of knocking two things out with that as far as playing in a bowl and against a P4 team.
Sounds good. Anybody have any questions for Coach Harrell? Go ahead, Dugan.
Hey, Coach. I'm just curious on your thoughts on not only playing in the bowl game this year, but then next year you also open up the season with them. What your thoughts are on playing NC State back to back?
Yeah, Dugan. It's a unique opportunity. Um, you know, it's tough. It's a tough opportunity. I'll say that as far as just playing against a good football team, an NC State well coached football team. So it's kind of a little different, I guess. You end of the season with them one game, you open the season with them another game. But as far as our fan bases, I know they'll both be excited about the opportunity there, and you should have a good crowd up there in Annapolis for this game. And I'm sure that our fans will travel well for the opener next year as well. So. Really, the only game that matters though is this one because it's the next one, the most important one, and that's the one we'll focus on right now.
All right, Noah.
Yeah, Coach. Anthony Smith transferred from NC State to ECU in the offseason. What has he meant to your team this year?
Anthony's played really well for us, just and we talk to our guys all the time about sometimes when you transfer and move around, it's just a new environment, a new opportunity. It's a fresh start sometimes, and sometimes that's all we need is as individuals to kind of spark us and get us going. And Anthony's certainly done that and played really well for us. And excited about him moving forward with our program. And him and our quarterback seem to have connections. So played really well and done a good job for us.
Rob.
Yes, sir. I have two questions. One, I know you're not knee deep in the scout yet, but just your thoughts on this season's version of the Wolfpack and what they bring to the table.
Well, for the first time last week, I was walking around everything's a first time for me right now. Walking around for the first time being a head coach last week and going from room to room and watching the cut-ups and of who we might play, whether it was going to be this ACC team or that ACC team or this team or that team. And what little I do know about the Wolfpack, I know that they've got a good quarterback and always play well on defense, moving the ball really well on offense, and just a hard-nosed coach football team. And they were exactly that when we played them 2 years ago when they beat us here. And then you see the same stuff now. It hadn't changed, and that's just who Coach Doran is. That's who that staff is, and that's who his program has been year in and year out.
And then obviously the military aspect of this, sir. You guys are in Pitt County, Wake County for state. Down the road is Fayetteville, and just the military aspect of it. I would imagine this is something that appeals to both fan bases. Your thoughts on that?
Yeah, just to be a part of a bowl that means more than a little extra being a military bowl, and adds to it. And certainly, we've been up to Annapolis to play Navy several times, so playing in those environments is pretty special. It kind of makes you know that there's something more out there than just football. It's a little deeper than that, and this certainly will be a representation of that.
Jaden.
Yeah, Blake, as a first year-ish head coach at ECU, what does it mean to get to play in a bowl that's also a rivalry as your first bowl game in the position?
Yeah, Jaden, we were sitting here, 3-4. We'd lost, I think, three out of our last four games at one point in the season, and then the administration decided to make a change, and I took over on October 20th. And it was really at that point, it was just like, hey, let's go send these seniors out the right way. Let's go finish the season off the right way, and let's don't worry about December, what's going to happen, and just focus on each and every day, and trying to win the day and make it the most important day. at first it was go beat Temple, and then you got win number 4. Then it was go beat FAU, and you got win number 5. Then you got closer to that bowl game and got a chance to go beat Tulsa. And just to send those seniors that been here, they came in. A lot of them came in as COVID started, uh, and kind of finished their career off with getting them back to a bowl game after our 2-10 season last year. Was pretty special. And then the win at North Texas, where we came from 21 down to come back and finish that. So, um, it's pretty special just to get those seniors back to a bowl game. I think we got 22 seniors, and they're going to experience it and kind of finish this thing off the right way for them. So that's been our focus each and every day, and excited for the opportunity to go play in it, and excited for those young men.
Stephen?
Coach, you mentioned those, I think, what, 12 guys that were on the military bowl roster last time, but I'm sure many of those played in the NC State game in 22. Just honor that combination of factors. How much of a motivation do you think it'll be to that group specifically heading into this one?
Yeah, I think if any opportunity to go play another game for those young men, as you're speaking of, is 12 seniors and 12 older guys that are going to be playing their last college football snaps. So the fact they get to go play against an in-state rival or in-state P4 team they look up to, and in the Military Bowl, I think just adds to it. So they're excited about the opportunity and fired up for the situation here in December.
JC?
I would say there was a big difference in the uptick of the offense after Caden Hauser took over. What was kind of like the hook for him to go to ECU, being a California kid who went to Michigan State?
Yeah, so we made some transitions last year, last December. Obviously, we were coming off a 2-10 season. Started with our new offensive staff, new offensive coordinator John David Baker, and at that point, it was really just go out and find a quarterback we thought fit our system and could fit us, and we come to ECU and an opportunity to play, and that's really where Caden Hauser kind of factored in, was just an opportunity to start fresh, an opportunity to be in an up-tempo offense, throw the football around, and something he felt comfortable with, and he kind of hit it off with Coach Baker, and coming out of preseason camp was not our starter. Jake Garcia was, and Jake's played some pretty good ball at times, but halfway through the season, we thought there was an opportunity to make a change and a need to make a change, and then really about game 2 of starting, Caden, against Temple, started hitting on all cylinders, making really good throws, really good decisions, and putting the ball in receivers' hands and letting them make some plays as well. So kind of all clicked there at one time and really finished the season off really well.
And David Richmond?
Hey, Coach, just wanted to ask you about, as far as the bowl is concerned, how are the players react when they found out it was NC State?
I think that just, they were already excited to be playing in a bowl game, obviously, and whether it was going to be the Myrtle Beach Bowl or, Boca, um, those weren't as exciting as to go play a P4 team. And I think, I said it earlier, just the opportunity that we hadn't had to go play a P4 team this year kind of gave them, a little bit more life, to so to speak, or a little bit excite them a little bit more than just going to play in maybe another G5 team. So that was certainly a momentum swing there.